What's up YouTube? Abreeze Motovlogs back at it with another video. Today's video we are talking the things that I wish I knew before I bought my first motorcycle. Well, this isn't actually my first motorcycle, this is my second, but let's talk about it. Before we get into that, it is a beautiful morning. It's not cold. It's nice and fresh. It's getting closer to winter here in Melbourne, so you're starting to get the low temperatures, especially in the mornings. But today, it's actually beautiful. Autumn leaves. I like this. This is nice. This is a perfect weather for a ride. Got breezy here, looking beautiful as ever. If you follow my Instagram, you would know that I had, or even my last video, I had a windscreen, which I've now taken off, but I did upgrade, new finish. Shout out to HZMV Motovlogs. Plug me in on that. So I think that looks a lot better. Anyway, let's jump on the bike. Can't really see much right now. Okay, let's talk about it. So one of the things that I wish I knew before I bought my first motorcycle is that I wish someone told me how expensive it is. Like, you hear people talk about, oh, I'm gonna get a motorcycle because it's cheap to run, parts are cheap, easy to modify, all of those things. But your first 2-3 years is very, very expensive. And I think people don't talk about it enough. All right, first thing, you obviously need to pick a bike. So what type of bike are you gonna get? At what price range? Most people obviously want to start with their dream bike, which is not the best option, but that's one thing. And then you go into how expensive gear is. We'll talk about that shortly. And then just all the things that you want to do to it. Everything becomes so expensive. But I would say the one thing that I wish someone told me would be understanding the different types of bikes in terms of power, riding position, and just riding style. I think that's something that I didn't know when I first got into motorcycle. I wish someone would have sat down, explained to me what are all the differences so that I can pick a bike that is fit for me. Because not everyone will have the riding style for a super sport. Not everyone will enjoy that riding position. Some people, it hurts their back. And for some people, they don't feel it. So it just all depends on body types and just what you find comfortable. The other thing that I wish someone would have told me would have been perception of speed on a motorcycle is completely different than being in a car. You don't know that until you actually start to ride bikes, and then you start to realize how, one, the stopping distance on this thing is not as good as a car at all. And then the second thing is, which way do I go? I don't know, I'll go this way. The second thing is, you're sitting on a machine that's moving very rapidly with a lot of force, and you have no protection around you. That is something that takes some getting used to. So I wish someone would have explained that to me. And then, yeah, the stopping distance thing, like I learned that pretty quickly on my first bike, my R3. So, you know, in a car, you've got, let's say you're approaching a traffic light, and you can see that it's been green a while, but you're not sure yet whether it's going to change or not, so you're sort of in between. I think it's going to remain green, and or maybe it's not. So then by the time, you got to make a quick decision. Are you going to go speed up and get through it, or are you going to start getting ready to slow down? When they teach you, they always say, if you see that a light is green a while, be ready to stop. So start to prepare to slow down. And one day, I am going like maybe 80, and I approached that exact scenario, and it changed to red on me. And when I say, I probably, a little bit of poop came out. Because I couldn't stop in time. If I tried to stop, I definitely would have stacked it. And it was an intersection, so it was too dangerous anyway for me to just like zoom through it, but I had to, because at that point it was too late. Whereas in a car, you can slam on your brakes as long as there's no one behind you, and you'll be okay. Yeah, it's different on this thing. Another thing, okay, let's talk about the gear. How expensive motorcycle gear is, and rightfully so. It's to protect yourself. So if you start thinking about it, a good helmet will cost maybe $500 and up. And then you go leather jacket, that's more the same. And keep in mind, all of these things you can probably get on Marketplace for cheap, or Gumtree, wherever you're at, you can probably get the second hand. And that's probably a better way to go on your first bike. But not everyone likes that. Alright, and then you go boots. A good pair generally, you can pick some up for like $300. If you want more protection, then you may have to go up a little bit more. And then pants, depending on what type of style you like, $400 or $500 as well. So you're already $1,000 in, and that's just on your riding gear. Obviously your bike as well, depending on whether you want to get a used bike, how much are you going to spend? You're probably looking at maybe like $5-6 grand altogether, bike and gear. And then you got to register it, all those kind of things. So it starts to add up. And then in your first year, once you start getting used to the bike, you may want to do mods. You may want to take, depending on what the bike comes with, some you have to change the license plate bracket, get a different exhaust, change the mirrors. All of those things add up, I tell you. And it becomes so costly. So I wish people told me that before I got into it. And I think my wife would say the same. Because I've spent so much money. Obviously, I wouldn't I wouldn't do it any other way. I love my bike. But it is expensive. And another thing that I wish people would have told me would be how hard slow speed turns are. I think that's such an underrated skill on a motorcycle. It's so good and well to go full speed going straight. The bike wants to stay upright anyway. But to turn at slow speeds is so hard. And that's where most new riders make errors, is because you don't understand balance, you don't understand clutch control, you don't understand the bike enough. And then obviously you have turning at full speed as well. That's something people don't talk about. Target fixation is something that people talk about a lot now, but not enough. Because you see, I watch motorcycle crashes just to learn from other people. And something that happens is like someone is taking a turn, they're going too fast, they don't brake before they turn, and then they end up going off-road. And that's also a skill that you have to learn. Oh, the sound of these things. That's also another thing, how much fun this is. I know people talk about how much fun it is, but it changes your life. The freedom that comes from being on a bike, it's otherworldly. I love this thing. But yeah, those are just a few things that I wish people would have told me. I think it would have made my life a little bit easier if I knew those things. But then again, at the same time, I've learned a lot. And I'm gonna keep learning. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick chat. Just sharing my thoughts. And if you're a new rider or you're someone who's looking into getting into motorcycles, consider all of these things. Consider price of your motorcycle. Consider price of getting good gear. And don't cheap out on your gear either. And also consider doing maybe a safety course just to learn the basics that you need, slow speed turns, making sure you don't target fixation, leaning, body positioning. All of those things could save your life. And you obviously want to have fun. I always say, I ride because I enjoy it and I want to have fun, but I also want to ride safe enough to ride another day. And that's the goal. And I would also say, do a lot of research before you buy your first bike. Do research on sport bikes, naked bikes, adventure bikes, and maybe go do a couple of test rides and just figure out what type of bike suits your riding style. Oh, that's beautiful. That would be my advice. So I hope that helps you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. And I'll be coming out with more content coming to your TV soon. Until next time, Abreeze Motovlogs. Oh, I was gonna try to sign off, but I realized I'm in a turn. Until next time, Abreeze Motovlogs signing off. Peace.